PTF back here at Santa Anita with Michael Adolphson. A difficult morning out here at Santa Anita. Some big news and some sad news. We'll start with the sad news, I suppose. The tragic passing of Practical Move. Were you on the track when that happened?
I was not too far away. It was a tragic situation, and these things sometimes happen in racing, and we take them with as much of a tough lip as we can.
Yeah, heart attack sounds like the cause, just one of those freaky things. Now the other news, not to do with anything that happened in training today, but we did get the official word Arcangelo will not be competing in the Classic. Certainly a bit of a bombshell, horse that could have competed for favoritism. How much of a shakeup to the Classic is that?
I mean, it's a shakeup if he was one of your A horses and you knew that he could get this done on his best day, but over the past couple of days, not coming out. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You kind of, I've already been readjusting my expectations of where to bet in that race, and we move forward.
What have you seen out there? Who particularly impressed you today?
Ooh, Zandon grabs the track really well. I think he's taken a bunch of money and has every chance to run a big race. 10 furlongs is a big question for him. He's going to have everything go his way, and I think he's in the top 3, top 4, no matter what. Go ahead.
How about your international contingent? What have you seen from them?
Mostadov looked excellent around the bend on the grass today. I think he's the horse to beat, and I'll be shocked if he loses the turf. I just think he's just he's very much on his A game, and I think he's going to run a big race. And Spiral was out there with Frankie. They went as a team, and Spiral a few 100 meters ahead of him on the canter round, and she looked good. First time shipping a long way. Mostadov has shipped before. He looks like a pro. He's actually a tougher horse to handle than her, and she's obviously doing very well with this, and had Frankie, a familiar face on her. So I think she's a legitimate favorite. I'm going to try to beat her. We'll see. As far as semi-international, Cheryl Spite from Canada, he looked phenomenal today, and he's my kind of big bomb long shot in the mile that I'm going to use in everything. And so don't drop his price, please.
Well,
I just need it. I need that 30 to stay.
We're in trouble because I actually ended up picking him after the draw, and you're just getting me more excited telling me this. What about the Ballydoyle contingent? They were out there on the track today?
They were. I thought Auguste Rodin, the big horse of the bunch, was looking well. Broom's out there, who's coming out of 2-mile races, was in blinkers.
Pace setter.
Yeah, so I just think that, well, it might also be to sharpen him up because he's been running gazelle or giraffe distances, and going at a slow pace, and so maybe to sharpen him up just to get into the race. Right. He is an older horse now. He could go to the front, but I just don't think he's that fast to begin with.
He's not going to be able to run faster than get smoking anyway.
Yeah, I think Bolshoi Ballet will be more likely to be the pace setter out of the 3 if they decide to do that. That's going to be interesting for me just because the race. That's another reason I love Mostadov, because he can make his own luck.
Right.
And he's quick enough to go forward. He can drop back a little bit. And all Jim, who's here earlier, Jim Crowley, has to do is wait to push the button.
Did you happen to see Onesto, the horse I think I'm going to be putting on top in the turf?
I unfortunately was unable to see him, but I do love his chances. Good. I think Mostadov is going to be tough to beat, if not unbeatable. But Onesto, if he gets clear, is going to become running. Like his run, when he got fast ground, when he gets fast ground, he's very good. His run in the arc was huge, and they did a great job of getting him ready. They brought him back in a Group 1 mile. He ran a blinder, considering he hates that distance. Comes back, they brushed off a bad run in Ireland. They ran in the arc, ran balls out the entire way. Huge effort. I'm excited to see him run here because he's going to get the ground he wants. He's just going to have a very short stretch to catch most stuff. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's going to take a little bit of doing. But boy, the way he flew home in the arc over, don't listen to the official description of that ground. That was pretty good ground. Good to soft.
Yeah, it was good to firm, I would say, based on the times.
And it dried out as the day went on, and the race was the 4th race of the day. So out of 7. So it was. To me, it was very firm. The way that Ace Impact bounced off it and it accelerated like a damn cat. He's the one, that shows you that it was truly firm ground. So be careful when you're reading those ground
French ground descriptions, not necessarily too reliable. Give me one more highlight or just note from the day of something you saw out there that was of interest, even if not going to be tilting your betting one direction or another.
I thought all 3 of the Brennan Walsh horses looked really good. Pretty Mischievous looks really well within herself. She's filled out. I mean, they have no reason to run in this race, really, if you think about it. They could have wrapped up the championship, gone home, brought her back next year for all the available money in grade ones, but they're running here. She's bigger around the girth. She's stronger now. She very much will love Santa Anita over 9 furlongs, and the pace scenario sets up for her. So if you like her, I'm not going to talk you off of her, because she's got every chance to win the race.
Love it, Michael. Great stuff. Let's do it again.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much. And may you win all your photo finishes, as she says. And if you don't, it's because that thing you did when you were 14 you're really ashamed of.